Hello and welcome back. And in this video, we're going to be creating our data store, the access point for our database. Before we do that, let's go ahead and create one more model class. And this one is going to be our regular shopping item. Once again, as I explained in the last video, we want to keep our database logic from our business logic separate. So this is going to be basically the identical replica of what we have in database entities. That way we can actually keep our database and business logic a little bit separate, and whenever we want to replace, we only need to replace whenever we want to replace the persistence, we only have to replace this persistence initializer and these db files and store. Or you want to provide a variation for like such as strategy pattern or stuff like that, you can actually use core data to provide that pattern and have like another core data store, like instead of realm data store, and use that instead. So there's like a lot of flexibility that you can give with this pattern. So that's why I would I usually like to keep them separate. So let's go ahead and create a struct now. Shopping item is going to be identifiable. ID is going to be type int. Title is going to be string. Then you're going to have notes, bot, and quantity. Okay, now this is going to have an initializer. So now this initializer is going to take a shopping item db. All right, and we're going to map the keys. So we're going to say id is equal to shopping item db.id. Title is equal to shopping item title. Notes, bot, quantity, all right. So these are basically this is your model, and next we're gonna create a store. So go to your realm db folder and create a new file, and select Swift file by pressing command N. You can open this dialog, and here we're gonna create shopping store. Okay, all right. Okay, so we're gonna import realm Swift final class shopping store. This is going to be an observable object. We're going to create item results. That's going to be of type results, and it's a generic type, so we can actually supply our shopping item db into that. All right. Okay, so we're gonna also need another list to keep our bot item result. So bot item results shopping item db. Okay, we're gonna initialize this with realm, and we're gonna say item results is realm dot objects. objects, and the type is going to be shopping item db.self. Okay, and we can apply filter to this, and predicate is really simple. You just provide the name of the column and what you want to basically search for. Okay, so we're gonna say bot is equal to false, and for the bot item list we're gonna simply say excuse me, realm.object shopping item.db.self filter, and the predicate is bot is equal to true. Okay, all right, so this is gonna basically populate our two of our results. Now we're gonna basically need shopping items, a variable shopping, or you can just call it items of type shopping item. This is going to be a computer property, and this is going to return item results dot map that item result into shopping item dot init. Okay, since this initializer takes a shopping item db, we just have to type init and leave it there. Okay, so it's going to automatically reference that. Okay, bot item bot item results dot map. There we go. Okay, all right, next up is our CRUD operations. So I'm gonna divide that and put it in a extension. So I'm gonna mark shopping store. First we're gonna create create function, and it's gonna create a record. It takes title, notes, and quantity. And we're gonna basically let because this is observable object, right? Someone is going to basically subscribe to this, so this is going to become a publisher, and we want to notify them when we are changing something. So you can simply send a change notification by saying object will change. So object will change dot send. Okay, so this is going to notify that object will change. And next you can actually just write here regular change error. Okay, we do want to print error if there's any. Localized description. All right, here we're gonna first get the realm. We're gonna get our shopping item db. Gonna take shopping item db dot id is equal to uuid, and we're gonna get the hash value out of it. That's gonna give us the int value. Nodes is gonna be nodes, so everything that's been passed in, we're gonna basically set those. Okay, we don't have to set bot because we already have that as a default for false. And here we're gonna create a write transaction block, and this transaction block basically what this does is any operation you do, it's actually persisted, so it's the entire transaction block, and you can write multiple statements, realm related statements here. I'm gonna just say realm.add and shopping db, And that's about it. That's what it takes to create a new record in Realm. And this is like amazing, like um, how object oriented and how swifty it is, like, you know, to work with Realm. It's pure pleasure. Okay, let's create a new function called update by. This is going to basically update the bought status whenever a user has purchased something from their grocery list. So gonna simply have shopping item. All right, once again, object will change dot send. Gonna create a do try catch. All right, so this time you're gonna see a whole bunch of things going inside. Well, not right. Okay, so like I said, this is a transaction block, so if anything fails, the whole transaction is reverted, which is why it's safe. So that's why Realm actually picks up this very popular database pattern to, like, you know, put everything in transaction, because that keeps your database intact, like, you know, like away from any corruption or anything like that. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna simply do realm.create to update item, and you're gonna see why, how we're gonna notify that it's an update, not a create. Okay, so we're gonna first provide the type. Next, we're gonna provide the value, and this is where our keys that we have created are gonna come handy. Before that, we're gonna create an update status, and we're gonna basically say this is a modified state. Okay, and now we're gonna simply say shopping item db keys dot id dot raw value, and I know you some of you may think, like, you know, this is a little bit more typing or more words than like just having simple ID. I know it is, but it's actually more safe and error prone way to do it, which is why I feel like, you know, doing it. But if you feel typing the keys, please feel free to do that. Okay, so that is your update. So this is how your buy status is gonna be updated. Now let's write update item. So let's say if the whole item is updated, the user has changed the notes, names, quantity, and stuff like that, we want to reflect that in database as well. So we're gonna say update item. This one takes item ID, title, notes, quantity. Object will change. All right, and then we're gonna have do try catch. All right, here we're gonna create our realm, and once again we're gonna create realm.create. Okay, type is gonna be shopping item db.self. Value is going to be basically, let's give the update. Okay, so value is going to be four things that we are actually accepting. So shopping item, db keys dot item dot id dot raw value, and this is going to be item id. Next is title. And then you have your quantity. Okay. All right, so these are the properties that we want to basically update. And okay, so let's kind of build and see. Aha, there is. This should be realm dot right, not realm dot create. Realm dot create is gonna go inside realm dot right, so just be careful with that. Okay, so we have our transaction, and inside that transaction we have our create. Let's go ahead and stop the build, and I'm gonna stop it. Yeah, let's try it again. Okay, first time you're gonna build, you're gonna notice a little bit build is a little bit slow because it has to compile, like, all the realm related files, so which is understandable. Now let's write delete. We're only gonna take id for delete, and we are going to send object will send notification. We're gonna guard let shopping item db. Gonna say bot items results dot first. Okay, so basically we're only gonna allow delete from the bot items. In our case, you can expand this to basically allow this from both lists, but I decided my list needs to only allow from the bot. So here what we're doing is we are saying, like, if we can get out a shopping item db for that matching id that we are trying to, the object that we are trying to delete, then proceed, otherwise return from here. And after that we have a do try catch. So get the access to your realm dot write block, realm dot delete shopping item db. Okay, and that'll take care of basically deleting an item from your data store. Okay, so with that, we have reached to the end of this video. Our persistent store is complete. Oh, there's one more thing I want to do before we actually close. We want to go to grocery shoppers app. Okay, and in grocery shoppers app, right here, we want to actually supply or pass this instance of shopping store, and we're gonna do that using environment object. So we're gonna simply say environment object. Okay, here we're gonna simply say shopping store, and realm is gonna be coming from realm. Did I name it real persistent? Okay, let's see. Yeah, let's make sure it's realm and realm persistent. dot initializer. Okay. All right, that will make sure that our realm, our store is being passed as an environment object, and is available for um, all of our views to basically use it. Okay. All right, so in the next video we are going to create a view model. Now this view model is going to be when we are creating a form, it's going to basically be used to keep track of all the changes that we are doing within that form, and when we hit save, those items are going to be saved inside our realm. And we are also going to work on our shopping new item form. Okay, so I will see you guys in next video, where we're gonna work on adding a new shopping item using a form. Okay, so thanks again. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.